Larry Rivera here, and I'm doing a video for my 90-day vlog challenge. And I've been thinking about something. I got done kind of listening to a training. I had run some errands, so when I drive around and I'm going to be in the car for a while, I like to listen to different types of trainings and fill my head with good stuff. But it got me thinking of a movie I seen a while back. You might have heard of it, Karate Kid, the new Karate Kid, right? And there's a scene where Jackie Chan says, "Your focus needs more focus." And it was funny. It was a funny scene, but I was thinking, how true is that? Your focus needs more focus, right? Focus isn't always what people think it is. I think people think, you get an idea in your head and you got to focus on it and focus on it. But that's only partially what having focus is. A good part of focus, right, is getting rid of the stuff that is not important in your life. And in this particular example, I want to talk about, why maybe you're not producing the income that you'd like to produce. And because I'm guilty of this myself, or at least I've been guilty of this in the past. A lot of times, right, you're getting emails and they're telling you about new plugins, they're telling you about new softwares, new this, new that, the 26 fastest ways to make sales and all kinds of crazy things, right? But oftentimes, the things that you should be focusing on, things that produce income, right? IPAs, income producing activities, you don't focus on. You might start to, right? How many times have you thought about doing an email, maybe send out to your list, and next thing you know, you're checking Facebook, and then you see something funny, and you click the button, and you go look at what's funny, and then while you're looking at something that's funny, you see something on the side that catches your interest, and you click that, and the next thing you know, 20 minutes later, your mind is totally in a different place than where it should be, right? So to really have good focus, it's not a matter of focusing on what you're doing. It's a matter of saying no to everything else, right? It's a matter of saying no to everything else. Having good focus is also being able to discern things that are going to make you money and things that are not going to make you money, right? How many of you in your mind right now, maybe you can do this on a piece of paper, or you can do this in your head. If you drew a line and you wrote all the things that are income producing activities that you did for the day, how long of a list would you have created, right? How many things have you actually done, right? Focus is probably the most important skill to develop, because if you're not focused on what you're doing, you're not going to really have the results that you're looking for. And like I was saying, it's one thing, right, to say you're going to do something, and it's a totally another thing to actually be focused on it. And by that, again, like I was saying, it's a matter of getting rid of things that are not producing income for you, that are not getting you to where you want to go, right? You got to get rid of the things that are holding you back, right? So, I remember I get into an opportunity, and then, I'd market it for a while, and then get into another opportunity and market that for a while. And everything that you do takes energy away from what you're trying to do, right? So here's my thing for you today, right? My thing for you today is take just one thing, and focus on it. Get rid of everything else that's on your plate and just focus on the one thing. Say no to watching a movie. Say no to buying the next shiny product. Say no. Whatever it is you're doing right now, just stay there and keep doing it. And start getting rid of everything else that's going on in your mind. You don't need more courses. You don't need more of anything. What you need to do is you need to get busy working. You need to get busy focusing, right? That's what you need to do. Now, who am I talking to, right? Maybe there's someone out there, maybe it's you, and maybe you're just not where you want to be. Maybe your income's not where it needs to be. Maybe you're not really happy with what you're selling. I mean, how many of you are out there who aren't really happy with what you're selling? You're not proud of what you're selling. You don't believe in what you're selling. How many of you are out there? You really need to first believe in what you're doing, and then when you believe in what you're doing, focus on just one task. Maybe that task is, I got to get leads, right? Maybe you got to get leads. And how do we get leads? Well, we get leads by, doing advertising, right? We get leads actually by blogging, right? There's a lot of ways to get leads, but whatever your methodology of getting leads is, stick to it. Maybe you're not getting leads fast enough. Well, did you know that even though blogging is an income producing activity, it's also a non-income producing activity? Just like buying courses is really a non-income producing activity, but we focus so much time on doing things that don't actually get us what we need. Well, what do we need? We need traffic that turns into leads, that turns into sales. That's the equation, right? I just told you how to make money, right? You get traffic, right? That gets leads, that gets you sales, and then sales equals the money. So the formula is real easy. There's not some secret formula, but the question is, and I know you're out there, right? And you're sitting there, you're going, yeah, I've been working 8 hours a day and I'm not seeing results. I challenge you in that statement. You have not been working 8 hours a day. You certainly haven't been doing income producing activities 8 hours a day, because you can do income producing activities in like an hour and a half, 2 hours. It's because you're not focused. You're not focused on where you really need to be. You're not focused on saying no to a lot of people. You're not focused on saying no to buying stuff. You're too busy buying the next secret. You're too busy looking for the answer that is out there and it's just being held from you. You got to get over that and realize that there really are no secrets. You got to realize that the formula is laid out, and there is some good training and there's some things out there you can find. But the fact is, most people are not focused. Most people are not focused on the things that they need to be focused on, right? If you want more traffic, you need to focus on getting more traffic. You want more leads, you need to focus on getting more leads. You want to develop your influence, you need to focus on developing more influence. And when you set your mind to focus on something, you need to say no to everything else. You need to say no to everything else. I'm not saying there's anything wrong with earning multiple streams of income. I'm not. But you know how many people are out there and they're into something and then they don't make any money with it, so they get into something else, and then they don't make any money with that and they get into something else, and they don't make money with that and they get into something else, right? Or they make $100 here, they make $400 there, and they're always running around, but they're never really getting anywhere, right? It's because they're not focused. They're not focused. Right? When you are creating a list of people, and I got a list of people, and people are always like, hey, Larry, why don't you go market this? Or, hey, Larry, why don't you send this to us? Because I'm not trying to burn people. I'm not trying to overburden people. I'm not trying to get people to focus less, right? Focus. You need to learn how to focus. That is the number one killer out there, is people cannot focus. You need to focus. You need to say no to everything else and yes to what you're doing, and just keep doing it. And right? You need to have a clear understanding in your mind what is an income producing activity for you and what is not an income producing activity for you. Right? You can spend 6 hours a day doing stuff that doesn't do anything for you. Or you can spend an hour a day and just focus on income producing activities. And again, if the results you are seeking you're not getting, then change what you're doing. It's that simple. You're trying to get leads, you're not getting leads. You've been touting on Facebook every day for 5 hours and you're still not getting leads. Well, then stop doing it. It's not working for you that way. Or learn a new strategy and try a new strategy. But don't go, oh, this ain't working, and then go buy something else, because lots of people get leads off of Facebook. Lots of people make sales because of Facebook. Lots of people get leads from their blogs. Lots of people make sales from their blogs. Lots of people get leads from pay-per-click engines, and lots of people make sales from pay-per-click engines, right? Nobody who's, I guess if you want to call them a guru, is doing anything different than you can do. They're saying no to the junk, to the shiny buttons, and they're focusing. They're focusing. And those people out there who are selling multiple products and telling you need to diversify, and they're showing you all the money that they're making, why don't you try to get to the heart of how much money they're spending on traffic, doing the things that they're doing, right? Because everybody tells a story, not all the time is it true. Remember that. Everybody has something to say, not always is it true. I'm going to wrap this video up with just this. Focus, my friend. focus. Peace.